We are heading into Sunday morning in the Western Pacific. We have rapidly strengthening tropical storm Nika, also known as Taraji internationally. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, this is for sure a severe tropical storm. But I think if we had recon like they have in the Atlantic, we would have a typhoon on our hands, or at least a Cat 1. You can see here on microwave imagery, look at the last few frames, how an eye wall starting to wrap up inside of the storm system. I mean, microwave imagery at least kind of indicating this continuing to strengthen. And you see this just towards the east of the Philippines, where we're expecting landfall Monday morning of likely another typhoon. And this is on top of everything else going on out there. We, of course, still have Typhoon Yingxing just towards the east of Hainan. It is expected to track towards the south and west, skirting the coast of Hainan. Our current storm system. Then we have another one, Manyi, well back here towards the east. Boy, and even this area southeast of Guam still could be developing. In fact, look at this. 3 named storm systems in the Western Pacific right now, according to Japan Meteorology Agency. Remember, if you're watching from the Philippines, official naming, whether you like it or not, per the WMO, is what JMA says. So this is 3 across the Western Pacific Basin. Of course, once they enter the Philippine responsibility, they get their own name, which is a whole different thing. But this is the first time in the month of November, specifically in the month of November, in 56 years, we've had 3 active named storms at the same time. Only other time for this to happen was back in 1968 and 1966. Now, like I said, month of November. This happened in 2020 in September, but this late in the year, typically our sea surface temperatures are a bit cooler. Of course, storms stay further towards the south. You get 1 or 2 storms that pop up, but the later and later hurricane seasons and typhoon seasons are more likely. I mean, we've seen storms in December. There's nothing unusual, but to have 5 in the course of 2 weeks here, sea surface temperatures just well above average out here. You might be curious, what's this pool of warm water or cooler water rate in here? This is actually indicating 1 to 2 degrees below average. That is the upwelling from our previous storm systems, of course, back to back typhoons here. And now this is the forecast for Taraji, also known as Nika, moving off towards the west with that landfall likely around Carino, Isabela area, Casiguran. This is the tracks per the JMA, Taiwan, HKO, JTWC, all agreeing on that landfall, with one of the main issues likely going to be the rainfall from this storm system. Expected the rain really Monday through Tuesday. Heaviest, of course, will be in the Sierra Madre Mountains across Isabela in that right front quadrant over towards Cagayan, Ilocos Norte. My biggest worry for these specific areas, though, is the Cagayan River. Of course, big river, one of the biggest rivers in the Philippines. But you have mountains here. And all that water, they're already saturated. We just had multiple typhoons. Storms are, the rivers are already filled up. And then we're going to get more rain on top of that. Of course, that's going to be an issue, guys. Water levels are going to rise on the Cagayan River. There's little way of getting around it here. So, yeah, heavy rainfall likely going to be the big issue. Of course, typhoon strength winds too, but the heavy rainfall. By the way, I know there's a lot on this graphic. Check out Western Pacific Weather on our Facebook page. This graphic and all the other ones that Lex has been making are absolutely fantastic. Can all be found there. So make sure you stop by, give us a like, and subscribe to this YouTube channel too if you haven't. I know everybody says subscribe, but our goal is to get up to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're new to this channel, you just found us, please hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way. It truly does. And if we get up to 100,000, I'll never ask for subscribers again. I just want to get that verification, because then that helps kind of push our channel out to more people, so we can get more people aware of what's happening with these storm systems. Been doing this for 15 years now, so hopefully we can get up there one day. So here's the deal, though. This is for Monday morning, the ECMWF. Compare that up with the GFS. Both models are in line. With the intensification we're seeing right now, I do think a Cat 1, maybe Cat 2 is likely at landfall 3 in the high end of the scale, but a typhoon for sure. As this tracks overhead, though, as we go ahead through our day on Monday, it is going to bring heavy rainfall across the Sierra Madre Mountains through the Cagayan Valley, and then to reemerge here by Tuesday morning along the west coast. It feels like just deja vu, right? Almost the very same exact track that we saw with Leon or Christine. Leon was a little bit further towards the north. You see what I'm talking about, though? It truly feels like deja vu. We've just been getting the same side up at one after another, and I really feel for everybody out here in Cagayan. Actually, I work with some farmers here, and they're trying to plant in between typhoons. What other place on earth do you have to deal with that? Do you have to deal with back-to-back typhoon strength winds, heavy rainfall, and you have to just kind of play it in between it? It is just obnoxious. And this is our first storm with Nika here, but you see this is a different storm. Go back to the guidance actually from the ECMWF, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. We'll pull up this right here. There's our other storm. This is heading into Wednesday over towards Thursday. Another typhoon possibly by Thursday evening. That's the GFS, the ECMWF. So we have multiple models agreeing that another typhoon behind this, which of course is Manyi further towards the east. Yeah, oof. It all comes together with the same type of weather pattern we're seeing. By the way, here's your rainfall forecast for northern Luzon. Over 300 millimeters, definitely possible. The same pattern is this high pressure ridge towards our north. Reason why, Yingxing is stalled out here. We have Nika just coming on shore as we go ahead throughout the day on Monday. We have our other storm system back here towards the east, which actually I think this is going to be separate from Manyi. This is a different low, that other low developing towards the south. They're all running along the southern edge of this high pressure ridge towards the north, and as long as that high pressure ridge continues to dominate and sits in place, we're not going to see recurving storms. It just ain't going to happen. This is the same thing that's causing this cold surge that's really bringing these gale force conditions across Okinawa, and that high pressure ridge is just going to continue to dominate. And I think this map really shows it best. Here's your high towards the north. You have some troughs trying to kick through, but this ridge is just in place. So as long as that ridge is sitting there, look at our storms. They're all kind of coming like this. And the fact that we have more convection flaring up here, we have a positive MJO right now going on. That's helping the flare up convection. All of these things come together for just a repetitive nature of a setup that is just a hot mess. So if you like seeing these updates, you want more of them, like I said earlier, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on these videos. But also be sure to check out our Patreon. Link is down below. A huge thanks for everybody who does help out and supports this channel there. It truly goes a long way with keeping these updates going. But over the coming days, boy, look at just this hot mess out here. This is a picture that we're gonna have to remember for years to come, because this is just busy. Stay safe out there, guys. As always, thanks for watching. And, yeah. Oof. All right. Let's get through this one.